When someone has high blood pressure, what causes their pulse to start to go down? In this video, you're going to find out something very interesting. So I'm not just interested in making the numbers look good. I'm interested in making a person healthy so that their numbers look good as a reflection of that. But what's interesting is for some people that have chronic high blood pressure, their heart rate starts to go down, and that is a concern. The reason this occurs is because when a person has higher blood pressure, there's an increased stress level on the blood vessels, but also the inner lining of the heart. This causes the heart muscle to remodel and thicken, and it's harder for thickened tissue to conduct electrical activity. And that's what guides how often the heart is beating. So as a result, your pulse may slow down simply because it takes longer to conduct those electrical impulses within the heart. So, bummer, what do? Well, you have to heal the heart. And obviously you can take medications, you should follow your doctor's orders, but you want to take control of your own health. And there's 3 specific things that you can do that can improve your cardiovascular fitness. And the first one is to change your diet. When you look at a plate, when you sit down for breakfast, lunch, dinner, you want to look at that plate, and my advice would be to make sure that 80% of the plate is full of vegetables. Now, I know some people don't like vegetables, their digestive system doesn't work well with vegetables, and if that's the case, then you're going to have to find another solution. But for many people, it really is that easy. If you were to improve your diet so that you're not eating processed foods and you're just eating natural foods, then 80% of your plate consisting of vegetables, well, what does the other 20% consist of? Usually some type of lean protein like chicken, fish, or you can have some meat. But ultimately, when you look at your plate, you don't want to get anything that came out of a box. Because of the old saying, if you eat stuff that came from a box, you're going to end up in a box. Number 2, get some type of physical activity. And this can be as simple as fast-paced walking for a half an hour a day at minimum. That's the least amount that you should be doing. Now, if you want to do more, that's great. You'll become even fitter. But if you're not walking for a half an hour at a very fast pace during the course of a day, then you're not even doing bare minimum. So 3.5 hours of exercise per week, you have to do that to strengthen your heart, to lower your blood pressure, and as a result, you'll become healthier. The third, and sometimes I think this is the most overlooked, is to reduce the effects of stress. We cannot reduce stress. We cannot reduce the things that can cause us stress. For many people, you may have family members that you don't like. You may have friends that you don't like. You may have situations at your work that you don't like. You may not be able to work. You may be disabled. There's many things that can cause us stress. The problem is that those things, statistically, chances are they're not going to go away. So you have to learn how to deal with stress. How you deal with stress can change the effects on your body. Even though the stressor is still there. You may have that boss that you don't like. You may have a situation in your life that you just can't seem to change. But if you change your attitude in how to deal with that, then it can make a world of difference. This is where deep breathing plays a role. Sometimes you just need 3 minutes a day to just take a break, do some deep breathing exercises, and it can change the way that your body is affected by stress. Here's what I would do if I were in your shoes. Number 1, I would try to eat more natural foods. As a general rule, look at your plate. Is it 80% vegetables? Try to achieve that. Number 2, try to walk every day. Number 3, try to learn how to deal with stress. So I'll put some links down below in the description of some good books that you can read and how to deal with stress. Then you really want to start taking charge of your own health. If you're not checking your own blood pressure, you want to get a good blood pressure machine, a quality one, but you don't want to spend a lot of money. So I'll put a link down below in the description of what I think a very cost-effective, high-quality blood pressure machine would be. And that way you can click that link, you can look at it and see if it would be right for you. But make sure and check your markers of health on a semi-frequent basis, and that way you can monitor if these 3 suggestions that I'm making have an effect to make you a healthier person.